and we try the local wine, and of course each different little town has something to offer, and I try to push that as much as possible. So we follow Marco.com. You are able really to embrace the culture and the people of Italy and make memories for sure.
Marco.com, is that where people can go?
Yes, follow Marco.com. That's my website.
Okay. And what about the language barriers? How do they know the language? Because all of us probably know one or two words in Italian, but
usually are bad ones.
We usually can't use them on the radio. No, right?
Usually are bad ones.
So
I know that for sure.
Is that a problem whenever you go?
But not because
with you, if we go with
exactly. That's what people, of course, experience with me, the fact that there is no language barrier, and myself, I speak a lot of dialects, so when I go to this little town that I have no idea of the English language, I'll be able to communicate and translate, so it becomes authentic, it becomes family, it becomes a community, small but beautiful in the same time.
Sounds like if you booked a tour with Marco, then you'd have your very own Stanley Tucci.
Exactly. Actually, I go to many destinations where Stanley Tucci was just there, and it's like for my clients to be like, oh, I was there when Stanley Tucci was. We did this tour, or we went to try this balsamic vinegar in Modena area. Yeah, I was like, for sure.
Yeah, and for people from the United States, it probably helps that you're the driver as well, because you drive on the wrong side of the car in Italy, don't you?
No, we don't do that. We don't do that. That's a myth. That's a myth. We drive like the Americans do. That's not a problem. But in places like the Amalfi Coast or Sicily, where driving in Italy, it's a part of an harmony. It's almost like everybody knows exactly what to do, and it's a beautiful symphony. In America, unfortunately, you guys don't have that. So
no, we don't.
I can guarantee that when I come back, or where I am in Italy with my clients, they say, Marco, thank God you're driving. I will never be able to do that, because oh my gosh, look at that. Yeah. Oh my gosh, look at that. So that's another thing that people like about the fact that they need to just sit in the back and enjoy. There is no language barrier. There is no driving issue. There is no, anything that you have to worry about, because Marco is there with you. That's why my business is called Follow Marco, because really that's all you need to do. Follow Marco, you're good to go. And
in the United States, you sing at weddings, you do weddings. We've all attended weddings, some with people of Italian heritage, but not quite an Italian wedding. What's the difference?
The difference is for sure, I sang, yes, like you just said, in a lot of weddings here in America, and it's nice, I have to say. We try, especially myself, I try to bring the culture as much as possible. So I do teach the tarantella, I do the folk songs, but a lot of people ask, Marco, my family comes from the little town, and I would love for my daughter or my granddaughter to get married there. Can you make that happen? And I say, yes, of course. We do an all-inclusive packages. We take care of everything. For the florist, the music, the paperwork, of course, we need to make your wedding authentic and legit here and not just there. So we take care of everything, and I can let you get married anywhere you want to go, in the north and the south, in a big castle, in a small villa. We have wedding venues all over the country, so let us know. We take care of that too.
Well, we have the cookie table here in the United States, especially the Pittsburgh region, where you have dozens and dozens of cookies. Know. Is that a Pittsburgh, or is that just a Pittsburgh thing, or do they do that in Italy?
We do that in Italy, but I have to say in the United States it's a Pittsburgh thing, because at that time I studied that when the people were coming in the United States, they didn't have a lot of money. Like the background was very poor, so they reach out to family and friends, but like, for the dessert, can you make something? Can you bake this? Can you bake that? So that's why the cooking table became now part of our heritage, part of our culture, and now there is no Italian wedding if you don't have a cooking table.
And they say, leave the gun, take the cannoli.
Exactly, pretty much the same.
And as far, I'm trying to think, you said the tarantella.
Yes.
And of course, always somebody wants to hear the tarantella. I don't know if that changes with the younger people. The younger people today still want to hear some of those dances, want to hear some of those songs that they did maybe 30 or 40 years ago. So the younger people, younger generation, are they interested in being as ingrained in their heritage?
Yes, they do, because now they are starting to question themselves, who we are, where do we come from? Yeah. Because America is just a big pot coming from, from these people from different countries. So they start to ask questions. They start to get closer to the grandparents, the great grandparents. So they wanna study a little bit of history. They wanna go a little bit back, and they wanna try to understand, who are these Italian people that came in America a long time ago. So they are starting to be proud and regain the pleasure of being, part of an immigrant family. So they request for the cooking table at the wedding. They request for the tarantella, the music. Yes, they do.
My great-grandfather emigrated here. His name was Giuseppe. My grandfather's name was Romeo Luzzi, or I think we made that Western. I think it was Luzai when they first came.
Luzai.
Yeah, so, we come to America, they got to change things around a little bit.
A little bit.
Yeah, but interesting. And you're right. You look for the birth certificates, because those people have died off or are dying off, and nobody has the memories anymore. The pictures, the certificates, and all those things.
Exactly. That's why one of the services that we provide with my company is that we can help you apply and do research, maybe for you to gain a double citizenship. So we work with that. And some of the trips that I do, I have clients request, can you take me to the hometown of my ancestors? And it's beautiful to see what they left many, many years ago, especially after World War II. Literally, these people came to the United States with nothing. So it's good for them to understand that when they came to America, they were really looking for a better future.
In the United States, we tear those things down. In Europe, there's ruins. People like to go see them.
Yes.
Yeah. It's amazing. We're talking with Marco Fiorante. He is Marco.com. He puts together trips to go to Italy, from the USA to Italy, from Italy to the USA, weddings, and a whole lot of other things. And we're going to continue this conversation in just a minute here on the Best of Beaver County.
Let's face it, work is a large part of your life. Why not choose a job that allows the opportunity of a fulfilling career working with people who appreciate you? St. Barnabas Health System is looking for extraordinary, service-minded people to join our team. Earn and learn with career opportunities on our clinical, housekeeping, and food service teams. For more information and to apply, visit stbarnabashealthsystem.com or call 724-444-JOBS. Jobs that are apart from the ordinary. Find them at St. Barnabas Health System.
Hey Pittsburgh, it's your radio buddy Jimmy Fallon inviting you to join me on Wednesday, April 16th. I am at the St. Barnabas Founders Day celebration in Cranberry Township, and tickets to the fundraising event include a cocktail reception, a silent auction, a dinner, and a speech from me. How about it? All event proceeds benefit the St. Barnabas Free Care Fund, and the tickets are on sale now at stbarnabascharities.com or call 724-625-3770 and join me, Jimmy Fallon, Wednesday, April 16th at the Pittsburgh Marriott North in Cranberry Township.
And I'm not even going to attempt the accent. Marco Fiorante is our guest. He can do all the talking about Italy and the Italian experience and the Italian immigrants who came to the United States. He's got a website. It's called followmarkfiorante.com, where you'll learn about finding your roots and exploring Italy, not only in Italy, but here in the United States as well. And when you talk about weddings, it's just not that you take people to Italy to exchange vows, but you do it here in the United States as well.
Yes, I do perform for a lot of weddings here in the United States, because it's not easy to find a real singer from Italy that knows the culture and they can share the culture with your guests. So don't forget to follow Marco.com. Check out my website for sure.
Yeah, and do you play an instrument or do you just sing?
I just sing.
Okay.
I play a little bit of a piano, just okay. But not professionally. Let's say I cannot say that.
So when you sing a cappella?
I usually
Solo?
Yeah, I do solo. I play with in duet, trio, quartet. It depends. Everything is based on the budget. You know, like we are trying to accommodate everybody. And in case they want a solo, I have tracks. So I bring my boombox, old school, and I perform for the pleasure of my guest, for sure.
Now, of course, the bride and the groom want to dance, but I think if I'm at a wedding where you have an authentic Italian singer up there, I just want to sit and listen.
Yeah, but you want to dance a little bit. Come on. I mean, American people, especially Italian American people, they love to dance. So in case they want to learn the tarantella, I take care of that too. On the spot, I gather everybody on the dance floor and I teach them how to do the tarantella, Sicilian style, Neapolitan style. That's not a problem. But we make a party. It doesn't matter where we go.
Well, we like line dances in the United States. Do people try and do a line dance to the tarantella?
Now they're trying to do that too, and they're quite succeeding. So I don't know. Maybe that's the future.
Changes,
who knows?
Huh? All right. And let's talk about the trips once again, because you can go to a big travel agent somewhere and they can book you a standard trip to Italy. You and 200 other people are going to take this tour. We'll put you on a plane here, and we'll drop you off there, and then you're on your own. The difference between what you do and what the big travel agencies do.
First of all, I don't do big groups. I can do it, but usually I don't do more than 15, 16 people, starting from just one. So if you just want to go by yourself in Italy, I can take care of that too. And I designed the itinerary with you. So if you've already been to Rome or is your first time, I will take care of that. And it's beautiful because I come on the trip with you, I guide you around, I drive you around, I stand between you and the service. So you don't have to worry about anything. And that's the beauty of one of my services that I do. Also, you can decide how long you want to go and what you want to do in Italy, and I can put a ton of activities. It can be a cooking class, a wine tasting, a Vespa ride, anything that maybe suits your needs, no problem.
What is recommended? What would you recommend if somebody wants to go to Italy? How long should they take?
At least 10 days, because you lose 2 days, one going, one coming back. So at least to do like 7-8 days at the minimum. But of course we can go longer. Never enough.
Yeah, that's for sure. So travel time, you have to work into that.
Yeah,
as well.
And of course I design my trips based 100% on logistics. So there is everything that must piece together, so you really squeeze as much as possible in every day. People are able not just to see a church or to enjoy an activity, but to sit down in the piazza, drink a spritz, see the people walking by, talk with the locals, visit the local market. There is a lot of shopping involved. There is a lot of learning, people sitting outside. You want to just say, what are you doing? Like, you're doing some kind of craft, so you're making fresh pasta just, outside. We have a lot of time really to blend with the locals.
And as far as cuisine is concerned, do you take them around, or do you leave that up to them and say, where do you want to go? What do you want to see? Because bread and wine are a big deal.
No. I also give them suggestions because I want to try to make you avoid the tourist traps as much as possible. So I have places that we go to really experience the traditional cuisine in every town that we go. And of course, wine is never enough. So we do a lot of wine tasting, a lot of experience. I call them experience because each one make you grow, make you really enjoy the culture and the beauty of the country.
And so you said this before, that different towns, locales, have different foods that they're famous
of course
for.
Yes, for example, in some towns, the pasta is short and they make it with red sauce. In other town, the pasta is long and they make it with white sauce. And pretty much is like if you are inland, it's more meat. If you are on the coast, it's more fish. And each town, of course, have their own desserts that we try after every meal, because there is never enough gelato desserts during one of my trips. And it's a family style, so I let you I'll let you try as much as possible, even if the time is not that long, because I prefer that you go in Italy and you try as much as possible instead of just to get stuck with some, schedule that doesn't fit your need, or you need to wake up early, and people don't like that anymore. I mean, after they try going with a tour, they prefer a smaller group with more possibility to really experience a vacation. That's why I put together vacations, not tours.
Yeah, interesting, because growing up Roman Catholic, the fish were a big deal, and I didn't realize that it's on the coastal lines that they had to do a lot of fishing. That was the food.
Yes, that's the traditional, let's say the main course along the coast. Yes, it's fish, and it changes from north to south. In the south, you have more swordfish and tuna, and in the north, you have more shrimp or sea bass. It depends on the area, depends on the season. In Italy, we eat a lot of seasonal stuff, which was tough for me to understand that there is no season here in the United States. You get strawberry and blueberry all year around, but in Italy, it's seasonal, so I'll let you try as much as possible in season.
So that means it's fresher.
Yeah, of course. I mean, it's very, very short trip from the field to the table, and all the restaurants that I use are very local. So they cook this today. That's what's on the menu. There is no other choice. And after you enjoy the meal, you really realize that in America, it's quite different.
What are some of the accommodations? Air conditioning, cold water? Because I hear different things about European countries, and the water, and they only use a little bit of ice, and they didn't have air conditioning. You open the windows over there.
No. I mean, the accommodation that I do for my clients, they are the best that you can buy based on their budget. So it's not just hotels. They can vary from 3, 4, or 5 stars, but I put together trips so that they want to stay in a villa because maybe it's a family trip, so they want to try to stay together, have a common area. We do a lot of bed and breakfast. Everything is based on how much they want to spend. That's why when I start to talk, they start to think that, Marco does too much good stuff to be affordable for me. Don't worry about that. You tell me, Marco, this is as much as I can spend. Can you? And I make it up. I never had anybody walk back because they cannot afford. Yeah, exactly. So I take everybody to Italy. It doesn't matter how much money you want to spend.
And soccer. We save the best to last. Italian soccer. Tell us a little bit about that. And if you book a trip with Marco, can you see a soccer game, a football game? Of course,
a football game, a soccer game, an opera. You want to go see and do truffle hunting. You want to go see a concert. You want to go see the symphony in the plaza. You want to do any type of activities in the middle. I cannot just provide all the services. You're already going to Italy. You need help because you don't know where to find a driver, or you have trouble finding an accommodation that is near the metro station. Just give us a call. We love to provide any help that we can, even if the trip is already made. Besides, I have a lot of people now going to Italy because they have family members that are getting married. Give us a call. We can squeeze 5 days before or after the ceremony to let you make sure that you travel and you experience Italy as much as possible.
I guess you've attended a lot of weddings then.
A lot of weddings, for sure.
Tell me, it's February 13th, 2025. If I wanted to book with Follow Marco, could I book and still see Italy in 2025?
Yes, of course. Yeah. Call me now and I can take you to Italy next week. We work with a very fast pace, so don't think that you need 7 years in advance to book your trip. Everything can be done ready on the spot, and if you want to plan for 2026, we have already reservation put down, so don't wait too long.
To the road less traveled.
To the road less traveled, off the beaten path. Follow Marco Fiorante to the road less traveled, off the beaten path. Don't forget to follow marco.com. Check out my website for any information. Don't forget to call us today.
Thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you very much for the opportunity. Enjoy the rest of your day.
Pleasure meeting you. Next time we have you on, we'll have you sing.
Anytime.
Okay.
I can always sing for you, my friend. Anytime.
All right. This is the best of Beaver County. Marco Fiorante has been our guest. Follow marco.com for your trips to Italy or to have an Italian wedding, to learn about Italy. Marco is the guy to get in touch with. I'm Mike Romine, and this is the Best of Beaver County on the St. Barnabas Radio Network.